Magandang umaga, Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. This is Alexander Paul at Rizal for a weather update, reporting live from the news center. We are currently on high alert as a massive weather disturbance, Super Typhoon Yolanda, internationally known as Haiyan, has officially entered the Philippine area of responsibility. According to the Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration or PAGASA, the agency is continuously monitoring incoming tropical cyclones to warn and prepare the public. For more details of the current situation, we will now turn to our field reporter, Shane Giff Mudlong. Shane, ingat kayo dyan!
Maraming salamat, Alex. According to World Vision, Yolanda formed over the warm waters of the Pacific Ocean, where temperatures reached around 29.5 to 30.5 degrees Celsius, which is well above the 26.5 degrees usually needed for a tropical cyclone to form. The explanation for this is that when the ocean becomes this warm, hot and moist air begins to rise into the atmosphere, creating a low-pressure area or LPA called a lugar na may mababang presyon, which is the first stage in the formation of a tropical storm. Furthermore, as the warm air rises, cooler air moves in to replace it, causing the winds to spin because of the Earth's rotation. Because the ocean remains 1 deep below the surface and the upper-level winds stay calm, the storm continues to spin and grow stronger as it moves across the Pacific. Back to you, Alex.
Maraming salamat, Shane! Now that we've seen how Typhoon Yolanda formed and intensified, let us now see why the Philippines is especially prone to typhoons. One major reason is our geographic location. The Philippines is located near the Pacific Ocean, specifically in the northwestern Pacific Basin, the most active typhoon region in the world where nearly 1/3 of the world's tropical cyclones develop. Our country also lies along the typhoon belt, placing us directly in the path of many incoming storms. In addition, the Philippines is located between 5 and 20 degrees north of the equator, a zone where Earth's rotation helps storms spin and grow stronger. The Philippines is also part of the Pacific Ring of Fire and is made up of more than 7,000 islands with long coastlines. Because of this geography, a single typhoon can make several landfalls and affect many areas across the country. Altogether, these factors explain why an average of about 20 tropical cyclones enter the Philippine area of responsibility each year. Now, let's take a closer look at the path of Super Typhoon Yolanda using our satellite imagery here on the map. As we can see, the storm is entering the Philippine area of responsibility from the Pacific Ocean while maintaining extremely dangerous strength. According to the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, it has sustained winds of around 315 kilometers per hour and a very low atmospheric pressure of about 895 hectopascals. The eye of the storm will most likely make its landfall here in Guyan, eastern Samar, before moving west across the Visayas, through Leyte and into northern Cebu. Areas along this path, including eastern Samar, Samar Leyte, and parts of northern Cebu are now under signal number 4, while nearby provinces are experiencing lower signal warnings with strong winds and heavy rain. To give us a closer look at the situation, we now go back to Shane, who is still currently on the ground.
Thank you, Alex. As Super Typhoon Yolanda travels over the warm island seas of the Visayas, it continues to gather energy from the water's surface, keeping it very strong. However, once it moves over the rugged landforms of the Philippines, such as the Sierra Madre Mountains and parts of Palawan, we expect that the friction from the land will disrupt the storm's spiral and cut off its supply of moist air from the ocean. Because of this, Typhoon may gradually lose some of its strength as it continues inland. Even so, the storm still remains extremely dangerous. Coastal communities are already experiencing a massive storm surge, or daluyong, reaching around 5 to 7 meters high, as powerful winds push large amounts of seawater toward the shore and flood many low-lying areas. Back to you, Alex.
Maraming salamat muli, Shane. Before we end, here are some important safety reminders for everyone before and during a typhoon. First, always stay updated by monitoring official announcements from PAGASA and local authorities. Second, prepare emergency supplies including food, drinking water, flashlights, batteries, medicines, and the first aid kit. Third, secure your homes and avoid flood-prone areas, especially during heavy rainfall and strong winds. Lastly, follow evacuation orders immediately when advised by local officials to ensure your safety. That concludes our weather update for today. Thank you for watching and always remember, being informed and prepared can save lives. Once again, I am Alexander Paul S. Rizal.
And I am Shane Giff Mudlong.
Your weather broadcasters for today's weather update. Stay safe, everyone.